Now, late last year, Pluto released their third album, Sunken Water, and today we are talking to Milan from Pluto. Hello.
Hey.
How's it going?
Pretty good. Into you, I will fall right through. Fast as fast can be, fast through you and me.
Now, it's been obviously a few months since you've released the album. Like, how have things been chugging along for you since then?
Steadily, you know, I mean, as good as they could be. We played a few shows and we played the Big Day Out, which was great. It was a really, really big show and one of our favourite shows, I think, to date. The album's not doing as well as we predicted, but it's still early days, and we've got a third single coming out as well, so hopefully when that pops up, I might give it a boost.
Do you think that's kind of indicative? I mean, because when you say it's not doing as well, I mean, it might be kind of a subjective thing, considering people are consuming music in different ways.
Yeah, I mean, even the last album, it was the same pattern. It's been the same pattern on every album, really. Like, I think it's a New Zealand syndrome where the albums just take a long time before people go, oh, actually, that's what I want to listen to. You know, you have to kind of give it to them. Slow
burner kind of type thing. I think those are some of the best albums, though. You know, like when you actually pick up an album, and you're like, all right, I'm going to listen to this, and it's not right in your face that it kind of puts you off after listening to it for too many listens. It's kind of
or one too many listens.
Yeah, I mean that's the impression I got from Sunken Water. You know, it is quite different to the first two albums. It seems like a sum of each other's parts.
That was what we were going for, so hopefully. Obviously it was slightly achieved.
Yeah. So when you guys were putting together Sunken Water, like what was your, you know, like did you have a clear objective in mind, like where you wanted to go with it, or was it purely an organic kind of
We thought
process?
we did. We thought we had a clear objective, but it never really works out to be that crystal, you know. It's always murky waters, really, and what comes out afterwards is genuinely upsetting for the band because you get so close to it you can't be objective. You can't look at it and go, oh, it's great, you know. We can't enjoy it like a listener would enjoy it for the first time because they're not as involved with the making of it. So it's kind of, you have to, you know, just give it away and abandon your work. And if you don't, then you're stuck with it and no one's going to hear it. So. But it's quite harsh being a musician or an artist in a sense. It's I don't know, sadomasochistic, you know, masochistic.
Masochistic, yes. So has it always been that way? But though, like, you know, from the very first album, have you always felt that it was really hard to let go of your material?
No, I'm pretty spontaneous, so I can give away shit. It doesn't really bother me. But it's hard for the group to give up on the sound that we're going for. You know? When there's more heads in the room, then it's much harder for us to come up with a conclusion, you know, and like a cohesive kind of, yeah, that's it, we got it. So that's what makes it, that makes it difficult.
So is that very much the way that Pluto works? Like you guys all collectively put in the same amount of input?
Yeah, on some songs, on probably nearly half of the songs of the last record, it was split across the board. But then there are different songs that come from different people, so they're split up differently. So you know, it's kind of a small sport of things.
And like, given that each of you, you know, you all have your own separate lives and you've got your own separate things that are going on with each other's lives, like, is it hard to kind of pull it all back in together, you know, after so many years of being together, but things changing so much, personally?
Yeah, it is. You know, it's hard. It's always hard to keep a relationship going, you know, even personal relationship, whereas a band is almost the same as a marriage, so, you know, it is hard. It's really, really hard. Me and Tim have been together for nearly, you know, 1.5 decades now, so...
That's a while.
Yeah, so it's difficult to conjure up that passion, but we still do, and we still, you know, we love each other, and we're best mates, and I think we'll probably die doing what we are now.
That's awesome. So Sunken Water, what's the main what's the kind of main source of inspiration for the material on that, the content on it?
The content, the actual lyrical content.
Yeah.
It varies, you know. I mean, it's up to the listener's interpretation. I don't want to ruin anything for anyone out there that's got their own meanings behind my words, and that means more to me when someone thinks it's about, you know, it's talking to them, and I don't want to kind of ruin that dialogue that they've got between me and them in their head. You know, I'd rather leave it open, but for me, they're about songs that come from me, and they're about stories in my life, and some stories that I kind of embellish with stuff. So, but I personally think it's up to the listener.
So you guys are going to be playing a couple of gigs at the end of April this month. You're playing the V8 Supercar race in Hamilton?
Yep, the V8 Supercar race in Hamilton, yep.
And also you're playing at the Vodafone Homegrown Festival down in Wellington, which I think is on the 27th of April.
Yep.
Now that's going to be quite a big affair with like the creme de la creme of New Zealand music kind of there. Is there anyone that you are kind of keeping your eye on at the moment that in the New Zealand music scene?
Well, Motorcade, they're good friends of ours, and they'll be playing there with us, and I think they're a fantastic band. You know, I think they're one of the best in the country, other than us.
So can we say it's maybe a bit of a double bill with Pluto and Motorcade together?
Well, yeah, absolutely. I think Gasoline Cowboy play down there as well.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep, and they're also great, and they're the brothers in Motorcade.
Yeah.
Joel's also in Gasoline Cowboy, so just great talent, a great talented family.
All right, Milan, thank you so much for joining us today on NZOWN. And we're going to check out the latest video from the album Sunken Water. This is Watching Waiting.